Welcome into our second Dallas Cowboys video of the day. I am your host, Tom Downey, and we're going to dive into some rumors on this one here. Beginning with, oh look, Earl Thomas and the Cowboys. I'm not going to blow up my producers here. Hey, give me a beer. We're doing Earl to the Cowboys again. It's the same thing as always. Just, have it cold for me. 1 star on this one because we're just never going to learn about Earl Thomas and the Cowboys and all of that here, right? I get it. Ooh, Dan Quinn, Coach Thomas in Seattle. Never mind the fact that Earl Thomas, nobody wanted him, and the Falcons had all these injuries at safety, and we're like, yeah, we still don't want Earl Thomas when Dan Quinn was their head coach, and nobody showed any interest except for the Houston Texans, who, A, kind of becoming a dumpster fire of an organization, and also, B, we're like, no, the players like, no, we don't want Earl Thomas at all. The quote allegedly from Mike McCarthy by a former player was, once your bullshit meter exceeds your production, you're gone. Guess what happened with Earl Thomas? Once one of the best rangy free safeties in the NFL, he's not worth it anymore. Now, again, there's nothing ever wrong with a cheap, no guaranteed money, 1-year prove-it deal. But they passed on him for an entire year when they were trotting out Darian Thompson and Xavier Woods all season. One of those a lot worse than the other one. Look, if you want to explore it and do your due diligence, okay. Don't get your hopes up here, guys. The Cowboys have had many opportunities to pursue Earl Thomas, and they never really did it. And now on top of the fact that Earl became a major locker room issue, kind of at the end of Seattle, and very much so in Baltimore, where his own teammates were like, yeah, we don't want him anymore, even though we're trying to win a Super Bowl and he's Earl Thomas, that's a significant detail there. So I'm sure we'll get asked 100,000 times, hence the beer waiting for me over there, nice and cold. It's not really going to happen, I don't think. I'd love to be wrong, but who knows? It's Earl Thomas. It's what is dead may never die, you know? So do you want to sign Earl Thomas? Get your votes in here. Type in Y for yes you do, because why not? Or N for no, you don't want to deal with that. Now, safety in general, I am begging this is the year, and I'll actually probably be wrong on that one once again. How about signing Marcus Maye? I'm very intrigued by this option. 2 stars on this one. From my personal wish list, a little bit more like a 4-star rumor than just a 2-star one here. He's coming off one of his best years, in fact, his best year with the New York Jets. The issue here is twofold. A, the Cowboys haven't wanted to spend big money on a safety in ever, almost. The Jets, however, have plenty of money to pay him, and when you've got like 3 good defensive players, you should probably make sure you pay that guy if you are New York. He was really good for the Jets this year, steadily got better and better each year after being a round 2 pick out of Florida by the Jets. And you know what, if you're the Cowboys, in this what's probably going to be a little more heavier cover 3 scheme with Dan Quinn, you got to find a safety. There are some intriguing ones out there. Many of you asked about Justin Simmons. I'm on board with that. Kind of a similar boat to Marcus Maye. I'm fine with Anthony Harris. Damontae Kazee played corner and free safety for Atlanta. Maybe Marcus Williams for the Saints, another honorable mention here. Malik Hooker's always hurt, but he certainly fits that rangy free safety mold. So if I'm the Cowboys, and I am begging you guys once again to please invest in a safety, maybe this is the year they'll finally do it. In general, you got to find some defensive upgrades, at least in free agency, and pray to God you don't miss in the same way you did on Dontari Poe and everyone not named Aldon Smith last year. So let me know in the comments section who you want the Dallas Cowboys to sign this offseason. Today's show is made possible by BetUS, Internet's #1 sportsbook. Head over to chatsports.com/bet. Use the promo code you see on screen. That is Cowboys125. It gets you a 125% deposit bonus. Simple math, guys. Put down $100. You got all that money to bet with. And an extra $125 from BetUS. You're playing with house money, literally. Head over to chatsports.com/bet. Bet on some playoff games using that promo code Cowboys125. Stick with our defensive talk here. Is the scheme going to kind of revert this upcoming season? 4 stars on this one. The Cowboys went from being the #2 team in terms of usage with cover 3 defense to being 20th. It's going to swing back at least closer to that #2 rank under Dan Quinn, the Cowboys' new defensive coordinator. That's not to say it's going to be just cover 3, no disguising or anything, or it's not going to use some multiple front looks like I'd argue every good defensive coordinator actually does. but this is going to be some reversion in terms of the scheme change here. Now, we went much more in depth on this on our video earlier today. Now, if you guys are subscribed and have notifications turned on, you guys already got that one. So again, make sure you do that. Quick note here on that. Look, it's 4-3, yes. He kind of ran a 4-3 last year, though, because 4-3 versus 3-4 isn't as important in the year 2021, where nickel is a 70 to 75% used formation. So again, if you want more in-depth discussion on the Dan Quinn impact as the Cowboys DC, what this means for some certain players as well, the video thumbnail, it looks just like this. I'm also going to make your lives easier. I'll make it the pinned comment on this video. So all you got to do is go click and watch. All right, we're back here. Justin Fields, why not trade up for him? No. God, fake news on this one. I always try to be nice when I see outlets put out articles that are stupid, which is not nice, but you know what? You're stupid. Like, I don't know what to tell you here. First off, we know that the Cowboys are not inside or not in Justin Fields' range, right? So when FanSided says, oh, they should trade up for him, saying that he's the consensus number 2 quarterback in the draft, and also he's a better runner than Trevor Lawrence, everything you just said was wrong. Which, like, come on, guys. Did we not watch Lawrence? Did we not watch Fields? Oh, are we just stereotyping again? That's what's going on here. So, unfortunately, producer Brett, we have to reset the counter. It's been 0 days since our last nonsense here, and that's what trading up for Justin Fields is. And this has nothing to do with the prospect that Fields is. I like him. I think consensus is going to be number 2 or number 3, depending on how you feel about Zach Wilson. He was good this year for Ohio State. He was awesome against Clemson, played his absolute best game of his college football career. But you know what else I know? That Dak Prescott right now is better than Justin Fields. And based on history of finding a franchise quarterback, Dak's probably going to end up being better than Justin Fields anyway. So you know what? Why are you chasing the mystery box? Yeah, I saved $30 million or whatever. Okay, you got to give up draft picks here, and you got to spend on defense. You can also just draft a defense. There are 2 ways to do it, right? So why are you injecting more risk? This question should be pretty easy. Pick a quarterback. D for Dak Prescott, F for Fields. Again, I like Justin Fields, the prospect. What's the % chance he becomes a top 10 quarterback? Maybe 50? Maybe? You already have one. Just pay that guy. Get your votes in, though. D for Dak, F for Fields. Some more draft discussion here. How about taking Rashawn Slater, the offensive lineman out of Northwestern? I will give this one 2 stars. It's what Dane Brugler did in his most recent mock draft for The Athletic. It's an interesting idea. Slater's going to be a divisive prospect because film only, you see the stats, right? No sacks allowed, 1 hit, 5 hurries, and he played Chase Young, by the way, in 2019. His effort against Chase Young is still, as far as I'm concerned, the best individual effort of any offensive lineman at the college level we've seen out of a prospect. The issue is you take him at 10, passing on defensive guys, and the offensive tackle need is the biggest maybe to me right now as we sit early in the offseason. If you think Tyron's healthy, you're fine. If you think that La'el Collins is going to come back to his old form, you're fine. You don't want to invest in a number 3 tackle who might not play for you. Now, I think Slater would instantly start over Connor Williams, and I'm fine with that. But if you have Tyron Smith, I think you're better off going defense or trading down, and if Slater's still there, okay, great, and finding a defensive player. So I'm open to the idea if Tyron is cut, released, or whatever, but as with a healthy Tyron, healthy La'el Collins, I think you're better served looking elsewhere in the NFL draft.